Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing on this beautiful Tuesday morning? Hope everybody's doing great. I myself am doing pretty well. Had a very uneventful night at work. Morning, Mr. Dirk Diggler, Mr. Mister, and Mr. Pete. Hope you gentlemen are doing good this morning. Cannot believe we are already up to episode 223. That is pretty wild. Good morning, Mr. Whalen. Hope you're doing well, sir. So let's see here. Last night, in my front pocket, as I'm sure is no surprise to y'all, I had this. Think I will probably be carrying it for a few days now. I like it a lot. Morning, Mr. Keep It Scale Stupid, Mr. Knives Are Life. Yeah, I had that in the front pocket again. Awesome knife, way better than it was. And then in my back pocket, I had one of the knives I received in the mail yesterday. And for some reason, this is one of my favorite clones to date, and I don't really know why. It's nothing special. It's not even a knife that I want to carry because it doesn't have a clip, but it's just one I haven't seen very often. And that is the Jared Oser Tengu Maglock Tengu clone. And this is a DLC version. And I don't know why I like it. It's just because it's rare, I guess. You don't see them come up very often. When they do, they're usually not the DLC version. And something I was impressed with this knife was the fact about how solid it feels when it's open. The lockup and how stiff the blade is quite amazing. And I guess that's because of the layout of it. I don't know if the way it's made, I mean, there's not much to it, so you can't open it any way except for this way. You can't flip it open. You can't do anything. But anyway, I had that in my back pocket in this little cheapo slip that I had. No, Keep It Scale Stupid. It's not a butterfly. It's a maglock knife. It's got magnets in the scales here on either side, and the blade sits inside it and locks in with the magnets. Very clean looking knife. The originals of these are like $3,000. That's another reason why I like it, I guess. And I'm glad I got it. Everything about it, it's very sharp, very good lockup, very smooth action. Like, there is no blade play. And of course, as long as you don't let the handles go, there's no way the blade's going to move anyway. So yeah, got that yesterday. And that led me down a road on trying to find some good slip cases with clips on them to hold this knife. And I remember Pete had suggested a few. And I couldn't remember what he suggested, so I ended up finding a couple on Amazon. One was a Cavill, and I ended up running across a super good deal on one. So the one I bought was this one right here. Let's see, where are we at? Gotta get going, get situated this morning. So the one I got was this one. This Cavill. And it has a nice titanium clip on the back. As what, you know, and so I got this blue colored one, and it should fit that knife perfectly. But I grabbed that one, and in the process of grabbing this one, I ran across a couple more that I grabbed. One of which is this one, which is $8, and is a heck of a deal in my book. Full leather for a Leatherman, with a spot for a flashlight and a clip for other things. And this whole thing is just $8 and $1 shipping. So I put the link to this one in the it's in the general channel. But I went ahead and grabbed one of these. That's super cool. And then, let's see, who else? Good morning, Clint. Good morning, TC. Morning, John. Hope you fellows are doing great this morning. Drop a like while you're in here since you popped in. There was one more I ordered. Let's see if I can figure out what that is. I ordered another one, and I don't know why. I think I ordered another one. So I ended up from having none to having 3. Oh yeah. I got this one because I liked it. And it is this one right here. So it has a place for a knife, for a pen, for a flashlight, and it has a clip and a belt loop on the back. So I thought that one would be good to have too. And it was $19 and 14% off. So I don't know, you figure it out. But yeah, so that should work great for that little knife. It'll be good to have one that has place for my Leatherman. So, on that note, I did receive another knife in the mail yesterday, and this is the first time I've gotten one shipped to me from a foreign country, which was kind of weird. So I've shipped a couple to foreign countries, but I've never received one from a foreign country. And this guy posted one on Knife Swap, and he was in the Philippines. So he shipped it from the Philippines, FedEx. And I got it, which is surprising to me. He said their knife laws over there are pretty wide open. They can get anything. And the one I got from the Philippines was another one of the John Gray SLTs. So I bought another one of these because of the price and because I want to customize this one. It's in a little rough shape. It's got some marks on it. So I'm going to bead blast and do a super cool anode to this one and polish the blade on it and then sell it. And something I noticed this morning while trying to adjust it is it has a little bit of lock stick and the pivot is super tight and I cannot get it loose at all. And it feels like it's got red Loctite in it, but hopefully it just has blue Loctite in it. It took 4 days from the Philippines FedEx. But yeah, I'm curious about trying to get into this one. I kind of want to hit it with the heat and see if I can heat up the pivot and get into it. But it's definitely got some Loctite. And it's got to where you've got to touch. It doesn't have a captive pivot, so we're going to have to touch the other side. Yeah, that's not going to come apart. This one's going to be a pain in the butt. You can already tell. Because there's no way to hold that side of the pivot. So yeah, that'll be a pain, but I'll get it apart. Morning, Tommy. So I also received a package from Mr. Fred yesterday with a few knives in it. It actually didn't come from Fred, it came from someone else, but they are Fred's knives. And 4 of them were in this wee knife roll. And this is a prime case of if you ship knives in knife rolls, make sure you secure them properly. Hint, hint. Because one of these had fallen out during transport and was banging around. Hopefully it didn't bang around against the other ones too bad. So I put them in here like this to where they're not going to hit each other if they slide out, and they're across from each other, so they're not right on top of each other. The guy that sent them to me had them all 4 lined up over here, and one of them had slid out. So I'm going to make sure that when I ship it back, I put them like this. And then I'm going to secure a rubber band around the middle here to where they can't move out of their pockets. But if you do ship stuff in this and they're not your knives, be sure to treat other people's knives, like they're made out of nitroglycerin. So he sent me a few knives to check out. First up, we've got the Tri-Stash reverse tucks, which I have not ever touched. So it was super cool to finally get one of these in hand. There was only one thing I noticed about it. It had some kind of weird... Oh, yeah. All right. It made a funny noise. I couldn't figure out what the noise was when I pushed the button, and it was it coming loose. I thought it had some kind of blade play or something when I hit the button. I tapped the button barely, and it made that weird noise. No, it's good and tight. I only touched these long enough last night to shoot a short of them, so I haven't done anything with them as far as looking at them. I do like it. It is comfortable, does feel good. I can see why other people like it. So he sent that one. Then he sent a Homer Zoo custom chin auto. This is no. Oh, good morning, Nick. By the way, And this one I found, I was looking it up, and I actually found where it was bought from, and it was not as expensive as I imagined, but it's a little Homer Zoo custom chin auto with the Damascus blade. It does feel really good. Has good action. But I figured it would be a lot more expensive than it was. Yep, and then I got the Odd 21, as Nick just said, which I've been wanting to check out too, and I'm glad I did, because now I realize it's a 3-finger knife for me, and it doesn't really have a place for a choil. And I don't like the 1800 holes it's got in it. I do like the blade shape. This was one I thought I would like. I mean, I like it. It doesn't fit me very well. The front flipper on it works okay too. It's a little stiff, but that's just because of the detent. That is the Odd 21. William, I have no idea who that is, and it sucks. Prison sucks. And then synchronicity is crazy, because Ed was just on yesterday talking about this knife, and now I have one in hand that I can feel, and it is the flat grind version of the one he has as a hollow grind. Pretty sure it's a flat grind. Sure feels like a flat grind. So this was the one they offered in both flat and hollow. Yeah, gel sucks. Yeah, Nick, I know there's one without the holes, right? But they don't make any longer. I don't pay attention to the internet news. I just keep on scrolling. Unless it pops up on Reddit this morning, I might not see it today. But yeah, I like this one too. This one is big enough for me to carry. It's actually a pretty big knife. So that was cool of him to send me these to check out. I'm going to do a little short video on each one of them. He also did something smart and threw an air tag in this bag in case it gets lost. And then there was one more knife in the box. Yeah, Nick, the same way. I would have to buy 2 of them and do blade swaps. So this was, as you can see, is a toy kilo with a big nice metal card. And this is the M398 Tuna Mini. Its date of birth was 4 of 2025. Yeah, the only problem with that, TC, is nobody around here has any Apple devices for it to link up to. Not an Apple device anywhere around here. So it is lost at the moment. But this is the Tuna Mini, and I noticed this when I got it. I just took one video of it, but there's a slight little mark on it right there. I did not do that for sure. I want to get that on record. That was pretty much the only marks I saw. The blade was kind of scummy when I got it, so I wiped it off. But those little marks right there were the only ones I saw, really. This one does have good action. Very good action. Not completely drop shut. You do have to shake it a little bit. But it feels good. Again, this is a tiny knife. 3 fingers for me, maybe 3.5 if I stretched it. Yeah, I love what Koi Kilo is doing. I wish I would have had a chance to fill one of their bigger ones. I guess I will eventually. I did at the Blade Show. They're supposed to send me some to check out, so hopefully that will happen. But that was super cool of Mr. Fred. TC, read up on how air tags work. They don't have 4G inside them, buddy. They get their location by jumping off of the nearest Apple device. So they do go out of range. They don't have 4G SIM cards in them. And they can't get on my Wi-Fi because they don't know the password. They have to piggyback off other Apple devices, but because you can buy cheap air tags. I mean, air tags, the battery would run out if they had 4G. They would run out real quick. Good morning, Ed. What are we talking about? The Veli. You have a Veli? Yeah, I want a Veli bad. No, TC, just like Blade Junkie Tommy just said, it's got to ping off of another Apple device. If you'd like me to show you, I can. It says AirTags work by broadcasting a secure encrypted Bluetooth signal that any nearby Apple device can detect and send its location to iCloud for the owner. So there has to be a nearby Apple device, just like I said. Look it up. It's right there. They piggyback off of another Apple device and then send it to the cloud for the person with the AirTag to read. You just said it does not need another Apple device, TC. Yeah, I know he knows where his knives are. He sent them to me. And I told him I had them. But he doesn't know where his AirTag is at the moment. My old neighbors don't have iPhones either. Pretty sure. And they're not close enough to pick it up anyway. But it's a good idea. Good morning, Sever7. We need to go look at the hog house bellies. Because they're beautiful. How many of y'all have one? Do you have one, Andrew? Let's see, who has one? Somebody said, oh, Tommy has one. And Andrew said he likes it. I definitely want a hog house. But I've not bought any knives this expensive yet. I'm still a novice. I like the Model T also. That would be my version too, the plain Jane. $921. I guess they change out the hardware, but they're all plain Jane on this version. RWL 34 blade. 62 HRC. So what is different about their locks? Why does it say special hog house lock geometry? Where does it lock up against the blade? How does it lock up differently? Somebody explain that to me. I guess we could go look at it. Disassembled. Let's see. Hog house belly disassembled. I didn't spell that right. So does Metal Complex take it apart, Sever? Nope. Does anybody take it apart? Does he explain how the lock is different? He might, because he just showed a close-up. Doesn't look any different. Let's see, what's different? Their detent ramps are different. I was just going by what it said on the website. Because it says right here, special hog house lock geometry with steel lock bar insert. Oh, so their inserts are different. Huh. Oh yeah, what kind of hardware do they have? Some kind of weird proprietary? The little slots. Yeah, it is a beautiful knife. Surprised you don't have one, John. Let's go look at some Hermans while we're here. Polish custom knives. I don't know. Let's see. Folding. See what they got on the chopping block today. Got a lot of Ishtars. The B. That's a cool looking knife. And the Slim. And the Minos. There's a plain Jane one. Number 0695. Morning, Ron Crow. Man himself. Oh, okay. So they just don't have any Herman tools for life, lefty. I like the B. What is this one? Yeah, that one looks too short. I guess the Slim, the Ishtar, and the B are the ones I like the best. Let's see, there was something else. Man, I always forget. I think of stuff during the night, and I try to throw it in the Discord channel so I'll remember it. There was something else I wanted to talk about. I don't know now. Now I can't remember. Oh, we did get some progress on the blade from Drewski's reblade, Shaman reblade. That picture we sent the guy. Yeah, the picture we sent the guy evidently helped him get the geometry of it better, because this is the new version right here. Gotta be careful what I show here. but he was able to put that notch in the back from that picture that I made and sent him, and he got the swedge on the front, so that looks a lot like the REK reblade. He doesn't want to copy it exactly, and I understand that completely, but he did get the front flipper extended, and so I'm glad I sent him that picture. And I'm glad we're getting this worked out before I order one. So that's super cool. Good morning, Robin. Sever. A detent nub. So when you're saying a detent nub, what are you calling a detent nub? Are you calling like the Kaiser Hawk? Is that kind of what you're calling a detent nub? Yeah, the Sting is awesome. That's on my want to buy list also. But are you talking about, when you say detent nub, are you talking about something besides a ceramic ball like the Kaiser Hawk has? Oh, Sharp by Designs have detent nubs. I don't have a Sharp by Design, so I can't comment on that. But a blade ramp just makes the drop way smoother. So there are lots of knives that come with detent ramps built in, but you can put one in anything. So there are knives like, here's one that somebody put into one, but it just makes the transition coming, that hard crisp feel where the lock bar jumps off to the side. It smooths that out and makes it super smooth. And like I said, some knives come with them already, but some knives need them. Here's one that already has one. I think this is a factory one. Possibly. That one looks like a factory one. Except that, yeah, it's on the wrong side of the blade, but yeah, that one doesn't have one. Why does it have one on the other side? Why did he put one on that side of the blade? I'm super confused about that one. Oh, look. Yeah, they put the ramp on the wrong side of the blade. Just like I didn't even read the title, but he was asking the question. Somebody put that ramp in on the wrong side. It should have gone in on this side. That's pretty crazy. But there's one from the factory. Does the J-Cape have one? Good question, sir. If it does, I will show it. Yeah, and they did that at the factory. That's what's crazy. Does the J-Cape have one? Let's find out. Got it right with the first driver I picked up this morning. Was the blade on upside down, really? Whoops. Wrong window. No. Yeah, it was. No, it wasn't. Wait. No, it was right. The edge goes towards, yeah, it's right. It's not on backwards. TC, why are you arguing so much, man? The blade is not on backwards in this picture. You can clearly see the channel for the detent ball is on the other side of the blade. And the blade hole is up there at the top. The lock bar side always goes on the blade side, the edge side of a knife. It's not on upside down. He flipped it over here to show that it doesn't have a ramp on the side that it should. But in this picture, it's not on backwards. Do you not see the blade hole in the top left of the picture? It's not on upside down. That's why when he flipped it over right here, unless he's got two blades, but you see how the bar is flipped around and everything? It's not on upside down. I'm looking at the detent hole. The detent hole goes all the way through on both sides. What part of this do you not understand, TC? This blade is on correctly. The blade hole is right up here in the top. The lock bar is down here at the bottom. The edge of the blade is down here at the bottom. The blade ramp is on the wrong side of the blade. Anyway, I'm going back to taking apart. The blade's not on backwards. You said the blade is on upside down. It's not. No, it's not, TC. Do you see the hook? Do you see the hook on the top of the... I don't know why I'm still talking about this, but do you see that hook at the top, the little part that comes back to hit the... You see how it curves from the top down? In this other picture, it curves from the bottom up. Top down, bottom up. Top down, bottom up. The blade is flipped over. It's not in the same position in both photos. You see how the stop pin channel is below the pivot in this picture? It's above the pivot in this picture. Below the pivot in this picture, above the pivot in this picture. Yeah, it's very clear. It's very clear that the blade is flipped over. If you'd like to go study it further and understand it, TC, there's the link. Go look at it. It's flipped over. So to answer your question about the J-cape, no. It does not have one. I do have some knives that do have it. I just can't think of what they are. Can anybody think right offhand one that's got a blade ramp? Oh, it's all good, Sever. I don't know. I mean, I couldn't explain it any easier. Like, you could see that the stop pin channel was on the top of the pivot in one picture and below it in the other one. But the guy that works for that company needs to be fired. And why is that not going back in? Any Vero has one? All right. I'll show Sever one on a Vero. Do you have a Vero, Sever? I think TC's wife might have spiked his coffee this morning or something. Just joking, TC. I know your wife wouldn't do that to you. All right, let's see. And you said a null. Which one I guess we'll take apart the Vero. If I can find it. I keep pulling out my bird blades tick every time I go to pull out my Vero. All right, here we go. Are you kidding me? Okay, I'm not doing the Vero because I'm not busting out a T10, so we'll do a null. You said null knives have them? Yeah, I told you she wouldn't, but. And I picked one with liners. That's for stupid knives. Now I got one with be a pain to take apart. All right. Come on, silly knife. There we go. There's a factory one, Sever. So they put them in from the factory on some knives, but you can add them on whatever you want, but it just makes the transition a lot smoother. Like I know you the double clutch and all that, you know, and some knives are really clicky, like they really stick when they have to jump over the lock bar. I think it's a good mod to do to a lot of knives, personally. ZT does them too. It makes sense. I don't know why, I don't know why all knives don't, to tell you the truth. Now, is this another one that's got a, yep, of course it is. The D-shaped pivot, I didn't have it turned right. Luckily, I got it fixed without too much effort. All right, we're back together. I put one in that knife. Whatever knife we were talking about that day. I put one in that knife later that day. I tried to do it with a file or something on stream, and then I quit. Well, I did it with the Dremel later. Can't even remember what knife that was. I think it was the... It might have been the God of Mischief. Does my Corvus... Oh, Fred, I got all the knives you sent, or I showed those knives that you sent earlier. So you missed that part. Does my Corvus have weight reduction? Yes, sir, it does. You can see the channels. Got lots of weight reduction milling, it looks like. I don't feel like taking this one apart, but you can see down in there. So, who did you say, Sever, has detent nubs? Oh, Sharp by Design. Really? This is the Corvus, isn't it? Let's see if yeah, that one does. And the Raptor does, pretty sure. Wait, no, the Raptor doesn't, because of the way this one has holes in it. Doesn't have any over there, I don't think. Get a light out. I can't tell. I don't think that other side has any. It might, though. Does it have some in the lock bar? I don't know. I think because of the holes in this one. But Corvus definitely does. You can see the lines down in there. Yeah, it definitely does. That's weird. Does he make a custom Corvus? It's like I know, you know, with the Grace, so they make a null knife Grace, but he also makes a custom Grace, but a different maker. But I wondered if he made a custom Corvus. Yeah, the Corvus is a beautiful knife. And those two together are two bangers right there. And then you throw in the big brother. Throw in the big brother, the J-Cape. You got some awesome looking blades right there. And then you throw in the skinny brother over here on this side. That's my favorite blade shape. Yeah, the Ghoul's got a big old butt. Oh yeah. I love the Ghoul. I love lock bar, like liner lock that have this little tab thing. You know, some knives have the little lock bar relief with the little thing here. I like that, and it's super comfortable on the Ghoul. Yeah, we saw them on last Friday, Nick. I liked the way it looked. I wanted one. I didn't get one though. Yeah, the nested liner locks are super cool. And they're super comfortable. Funny enough, the Rockstead has that too. Or no, not the Rockstead, the Steelcraft. The one I sent Ed for the last giveaway win. He won the whatever it is, the Quaking. I've got it in here somewhere. Hold on. Boy, that new case I just filled up. My knives are lost in it right now. Y'all could ask me for all kinds of knives and I wouldn't be able to find them. I have no idea what's in this case. Yeah, this one right here has. Oh no, it's got. Yeah, no, it's got a little tab thing but it does sit over. But it's super comfortable, and this knife just has drop shut action. It's kind of got that thing, but it's kind of jimped. It's jimped. But it's the nested. I thought it was flat. I hadn't carried this knife much, so same kind of deal. Very easy to get to this one. Yeah, no, the same with this one, Nick. Like the flipper tab just makes the lines look so much better on knives. Fred, you asked about what I thought. Did you ask what I thought about those knives? Oh, hits or misses? They're all great. I love the Tri-Stash. No, that was the first one. Fred. The last one was this one. And you took the flipper tab off of one side of it, I think, Ed. The first giveaway I ever had is when you won the TS 196. When I picked 4 winners. Yeah, the Tri-Stash is awesome. Yeah, top. I really like top liner locks, but now I really want a top frame locks. I'm going to have to figure out how to open this one quickly. I mean, you can't just sling it around. It's got some kind of stop that won't let the blade like close on you. So it'll only ever go parallel with this piece right here. It won't go any further. So it won't like swing shut on you. So when you swing it open, it won't, I don't know, it won't go back but that far. Super cool. But I got to get used to it for sure. End up cutting myself. I've got the well, thanks, Ed. No, I'm just joking. I've got this one. And it doesn't have that. It's just got regular, the Golden Design Works standard. It's just a liner lock. That's why I want to get a caliber. But I like this knife. Yeah, and I wish the Odd 22 was bigger. That's my only complaint about it. Hey, Ed, look what Synchronicity brought me yesterday. The flat grind version of this knife. So I got to touch it right after talking to you about it yesterday. But yeah, the Odd 22. I mean, I can get 3.5. But 3 goes to right there. But yeah, I like it. This is one I'm glad I got to handle before actually buying, because now I realize it's too small for me. And I found the website where I think you bought this one. Because I went to look up the number on it, number 66, and it came up on a website. And this one was a lot cheaper than I expected it to be. Yes, the Odd 21. But this one was a lot more inexpensive than I figured. Yeah, I love this one. You can see that button is moving that big old frame lock. And that's what was making that noise. So it's definitely got some acoustics. I guess this one's sold, or you're keeping it. I think you said this one was already sold. I got to figure out how I'm going to get this one apart. That sucks. It's got Loctite and a lot of it. I'm going to have to torch the heck out of it. The only problem is I can't figure out how to hold this side of the pivot. It's so slick. Gonna have to use my my little watch ball or something to try to hold that. I don't know. Well, I might buy the Tri-Stash from you then. Are you serious, TC? That's crazy. I did that once in class too. Actually, I put a paper clip in both sides and then slung them together. Dang, I'm glad he's all right. That's pretty wild. Have y'all ever been in jail and had to make a lighter by using pencil lead? Have you ever made a pencil lead lighter? If you don't know how to make one of those, we didn't grow up the same. No, I'm just kidding. I bet Knives Are Life might know how to make one. No shade. The Blade Junkie Tommy said he knows. Nick said he can make one. That surprises me, Nick. I wouldn't think you could do that. I would not peg you for the type that could do that, Nick. I found it on Knife Swap, TC. They're hard to find. Crazy part is they used to sell for like $100 on eBay for the regular one. The DLC ones were like $150, but yeah, I love it. It is nice. The guy was asking $200 for it on Knife Swap, and then I looked up where they sold on back in the day on eBay, And I told him about it, and I was like, and nobody made him any offers, so I offered him 140 for it, and he took my offer, so I had to pay 140 for it, but I think it's worth 140 to me. It's made by Mercenary Knives is who did the clones. So if you go look up if you go, I think if you type in, yeah, it's just a pivot. Let's see. So here's the post that I found about it from 4 years ago. And they talk about it down here. And here's the one he had for sale at Blade Show this weekend 4 years ago. Blade Show 2021, table 6G. What's going on the Discord? Pocket checks. Some knife picks. Ed Durbin. Oh yeah, I wanted to show y'all. So look how heavy the I mean, look how big. There's the real one versus the clone. And then Ed put a yeah, that is a cool the lanyard. Then Robin posted his beautiful knife. Pete, oh yeah, I forgot. Yesterday, Pete showed his two artisans. And then Ed showed this last night. Yeah, man, I'm so mad that knife didn't come in from DH Gate. I would have got it for like $71. I bought one of those and another, the blackout, the Kubi blackout. I don't know if y'all remember, but one day on stream I found both of them on that website, and they got seized at customs where they didn't pay the. It was during the tariff stuff, and I think it got seized in the tariffs. But I would have got one for $71. Yeah, jailhouse pencil lead lighter. Here's how you make one. Hold on.
prison. Two things that really aren't supposed to go together at all. In fact, fire is something they definitely do not want you having while in prison for any number of reasons. I mean, I guess we could always burn the prison down of different GD, try to finish to make prisoners higher. Examples. A lot of them are all that
Oh, he's gonna make the razor blade lighter. That ain't what I'm talking about.
We take the piece holding it just like so, and then we're gonna take our razor blade real carefully. Put that underneath one finger like so. Can you see that? So it's just one's up. Real quick, it didn't hurt or whatever fires so much. It's for you to clean my.
He doesn't show the plug one.
That surge protector. Pencils.
Here we go.
The pencils and the surge protector to make fire is as follows. First,
watch.
Graphite stick. Now again.
Now look. So you.
Of this surge protector. Now again, do not try this at home. I cannot tell you enough how many times I have electrocuted myself doing. I'm kidding. It wasn't even plugged in. But it's sort of like that when that happens. I would take the graphite, I would stick it inside of the surge protector. Boom. Boom. Just like so. This thing would be unplugged. Okay, you don't have this thing plugged in when you do this. And then I'd put that off to the side for a minute. Because the next thing I need to do is I need to take one more piece of graphite.
You can have it plugged in.
Little sheets of toilet tissue. This may be the hardest thing in prison for you to come by. Toilet paper. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to loosely roll it up. Just like so. I don't want it to be tight. So I've rolled it. I'm going to just a little.
Put the lead.
Just to hold on to that. And then I'm going to get my fingers as far away from that as I possibly can. So now what I've made is something that looks like this. Now before I show you this, I want to let you know this is what is referred to in prison as popping a socket. And you're about to see why.
He sucks at it. Supposed to light up on the first time. Wow, he sucks. So that's how you make a jailhouse lighter. Yeah, they refunded me, Tommy. Oh, I had the volume down, my bad, but it doesn't matter. You just take two pieces of lead and stick it in a socket and then touch a third piece of lead to it with the tissue wrapped around it. What were we talking about? You got two of what yesterday? Oh, the Socius? Yeah, we looked at those not long ago. KB's been doing their thing. Don't forget to use code BOBDEAL for 30% off if you go to their website. So if you add this to cart and you go to checkout and you type in BOBDEAL and hit apply, it'll take off $44. Awesome code. That's thanks to Knives Are Life. Here's Fred's 2 new knives. Awesome choice. Bostede and a TRM. How do you like the plunge lock on the Bostede? I mean, the pivot lock. I said plunge. I still got to get me a TRM, Adam. I didn't know they made that curved frag pattern one. Pretty awesome. Oh, is that a bulldog? I wasn't even thinking. Oh, no, yeah, I didn't think that was a bulldog. Knives Are Life has a bunch of TRMs. To answer your question, no, John, it's not too bad. I mean, I'm guessing it's the same as it's on the Ankilo. I was trying to find my, yeah. I'm thinking it's the same basic lock as this. It's not that bad. It's got a super cool lock. It's got this bar that sits inside and it locks in that blade. You see that notch in the blade right there? So it's got a bar that lays inside the scale. And it goes and locks in the blade. So it locks into right there. Like, this lock is so smooth though. It's super strong too. I took this apart on a video, John, and showed that middle part. It's not that bad. Let me see. Take off this button, this side of this cover. I don't know if the new one's like this. I'm guessing it is, but you take off this little cover. And that lets you get in there. And you can see how the lock works. So there's that little bar I was talking about that goes into the blade. So as you spin it around, it drops down into the blade. And then you push it out of the way. So it's got a magnet that attaches it to this bar. The button is attached to the bar with a magnet, and then when it drops down, it sticks to that, and then it pushes it up out of the way. But since that metal bar goes all the way through it, it's very strong, like super strong. Yeah, that 250 is too expensive. I agree, Pete. I didn't even buy one for 190 the other day. I wanted it for 180. I'm kind of mad I didn't grab it for 190 though. The button can't fall off on these. The button can definitely fall off on this one though. The button can definitely fall off on this one, but it can't fall off on this one. These are the ones where it's just screwed on. So this fell off and I lost it. It's just threaded on there. And this is a different mechanism. Yeah, it's still not worth 250, TC. This button will fall off though. This one's captive. Do you want to see how it totally works, John? Yeah, I agree, Pete. Yeah, Nick, that's what I used last time to tighten it, was the little ball watch tool. So here's how it works. So there's that bar, all right? And then the back of it, there's a magnet. So there's the blade mechanism. And the pivot's giant on it. And look how big the bearings are. The bearings sit right there. But the button is on the other side, and that magnet right there attaches to that little bar. And it drops down in the blade. See, it just attached to it. But this button can't come out because it's attached right here to these two screws that go into this plate. So this plate holds that button in. So that button doesn't have a spring or anything. It's just that magnet that holds it onto this. Super cool design. But this button, the button on the other side, this ring right here is attached to those two metal things right there. So when you screw this on from this side, the button can't fall out on this one. I figured they'd come out with another knife with this lock after I saw how sturdy this one was and how strong it was. I was just hoping they would come out with a titanium version of this knife. Well, tighten those a little too tight. Here we go. Good centering, good to go. I like the Riot version. No, it's aluminum, Nick. Yeah, you can't tell the difference between aluminum and titanium if they finish them the same. And they're both non-magnetic too. My favorite my Riot center, this one feels better than the Vosteed, but this one works different too. This is a whole different mechanism too, but it's got a lock built in too to lock it open where you can't push the button. But this one has the Ankilo was the first one, and then they came out with all those other ones. I've got the Corgi somewhere. The button on this one fell out. Yeah, I guess it can unthread. It can spin off. It can get loose, huh? A little Loctite would have solved that problem. I like the Porcupine, Pete. But it is small. This is a cool little knife. The Oligarch. I should have some more knives show up today. That'll be cool. I'm tired this morning, guys. I didn't get enough sleep yesterday. I think I'm going to start to end this one down. Try to figure out how I can get this pivot out of this SLT. I'm going to try to use my little watch ball to hold that pivot, but as hot as I've got to get it, it might melt to the ball. And I got to figure out a way to hold it while I do all that. I'm going to try to use this to hold the pivot. Then I got to heat it up. And be able to hold it without burning myself. I wonder what part's going to get the hottest. I wonder if the blade's going to get hot or if the frame lock is going to get hot. That pivot's so big, it's not going to get hot down inside there unless I get really lucky. See if I can press it down on that ball and come on, pivot. Break loose. Do something. I don't know how I'm going to. Not even hot. Ow, that's hot. The other side of the pivot's not hot. It's a little warm, but I don't know how I'm going to get this one apart. Come on, knife. Break loose. Oh my goodness, that back and forth technique worked. Going back and forth worked. That's how you do it. Don't ever give up. Yeah, I don't know what the SLT stands for John Gray, Fred. But I've got a solid, so I know what you're talking about. Going tightening it and loosening it helps a ton of times to not strip screws. So if you got one that's really stuck, try to tighten it and then loosen it, because that's what just worked there. You can see, I don't know what he's got. I mean, it's got a ton of something in there. Even around the pivot, it's got a bunch of schmoo. But I can't wait to bead blast this one and do a custom job on it. That's what she said. Yeah, now I got a second wind for a second. Well, that clip was about to fall off. I'm glad I checked those screws. Both of those were super loose. Wow. This whole thing is glued together. There it goes. It doesn't have a bearing. It didn't have the bearing on this side. Oh, there it is. It did have the bearing on that side. Man, this thing's been through hell. Wow. That's not good. Yeah, it's a John Gray Kaiser SLT. Yeah, that rust is not good. That's not cool. I'm about to make your mini jet super cool today, Fred. I'm either going to do it this afternoon when I wake up or tomorrow after the stream, but I'm going to try to get it sent back out to you tomorrow. Books. Good morning, sir. Slimline Tactical. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Fred. Yeah, I can't believe this thing's rusted that bad. It did come from the Philippines. Yeah, I'm going to send them all together tomorrow, probably. I should be done with the anno by tomorrow. I'm just going to shoot little review videos of them real quick this afternoon. I shot a little documenting video of how I got them, but you need to be careful when you send this big knife roll and knives to people, because when I got them, they were all side by side over here, and it was rolled up, and one of them came out during transit and could have banged against some of the other ones. So the wink didn't take it all the way off. I had to bead blast it, to tell you the truth. So what I did is I split them up like this to where they're not going to be touching each other. And but if you send this to people in this big knife wrap, they need to like bunch it up with a rubber band here in the middle so the knives can't slide out of their pockets. Robin, I don't think it'll take Tiger Stripe completely off, because I let multi-etch. I mean, it might. I didn't try the wink. I just used multi-etch, but I had it sitting in multi-etch for 2 hours, and all it did was lighten it. But I didn't try the wink on it. I just bead blasted it. Yeah, when I got them, they were all side by side, and one of them slid out. So, yeah, Tiger Stripe is really I don't know if you saw, but I lightened one of mine. Here, let me show you. I took one of my Kubies. Yeah, I don't think it'll completely take it off, but it makes a super cool pattern. Robin, check out the pattern it makes. Hold on. So this is regular tiger stripe. Both of these are regular dark tiger stripe. And after about an hour in the multi-etch, this is what it turned it into. But it makes it look super cool. But those lines are so they're heated up so hot, and they've changed the color so much that by the time the etchant would get to those colors, it would eat it. It would pit the part that's light. So that's why I didn't do it, because you don't want the parts that are already light to be sitting in there and getting pitted. So I just took it and bead blasted it. But yeah, that color is super cool. I like it. Fred, if you like that, you can get that with Wink. So 10 seconds in Wink would give you that. It would go from that to that. Yep. Wink will do the same thing, Fred. Yeah, I like the way the colors showed through too. If you want me to do the odd two real quick, I will. I don't mind doing the odd two, and I've got all the stuff sitting right here. I mean, the odd 21. I don't know why I said the odd two. Yeah, that does look super cool. Like, look at some of those fire, like, look at some of those colors that came through. Like, that looks like fire. Yeah, that turned out super cool. I didn't do the clip. I ain't putting no holes in it. But I am about to bead blast this thing and get rid of all this rust. Golly. Golly gee. Here's Ed's favorite stuff. Man, I guess the Philippines will do that to knives, huh? Golly, look at all that rust. That's better than it was. He says it's the best stuff to coat knives with instead of using wax. Yeah, it still doesn't want to all the way come out, but I can bead blast it out. But man, that's gross. This one's got scratches, and it's going to look good bead blasted. Well, all right, guys. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great Tuesday. We will do it again tomorrow. Yeah, it was WD-40, yeah. And y'all have a great Tuesday. Y'all hit a thumbs up on the way out if you don't mind. Fred, maybe tomorrow morning on the stream we can do that at the beginning. I'll get it all cleaned up and we can take that tiger stripe off in the morning. Or lighten it. All right, guys. Love y'all. If y'all need me, hit me up in the email. Appreciate y'all. Knives are Life. Waylon, Tommy, Dwayne, Andrew, Fuchs, Fred, Mister. Ed, Pete, everybody else that came in earlier. Nick, appreciate you, buddy. Ron Crow, William, TC. Hope everything's cool with Jed. School and his health. John, appreciate you, buddy. Clint, have a good day, sir. Fred, I didn't do the blade hole yet. I don't even know if I'm going to now because I like the way that this knife is so much. But I might. I need to get some better tooling before I do that, or I'm going to be taking a long time with a Dremel. Mister, see you later, buddy. Y'all have a great